Hey everyone, so great conversation here in our class for that introduction module. I'm always interested when I have such a small class. This is a small class, that we can do some things in a smaller class that we can't always do in a larger class, and I can already see that that's going to be an option for us just because how engaged you were in this first conversation. So thank you for that. I think the buzzwords that I keep hearing and that I think that are going to be achieved through this course is just getting ideas and strategies on engagement, on building community, and on accessibility. And there's a lot of ways to really come to all of those things. And you shared in your conversation many of these strategies. I think one of my favorites was when Lockney said, "I feel what my students feel." I think that's a sign of a really good instructor that is caring about the content they're putting out there, how they're putting it out there, how welcoming they are to bring their students to the information, and how much work that we're putting into creating this engagement and sense of community. So to feel what the students feel, I think is really important in our own effectiveness as an instructor. So thank you for sharing that, Lockney. I think we all agree that Johnny brings great enthusiasm to her posts, and it's a great example, and she spoke about it, of how you can't give a lecture and act like you're reading from the book. We have to give students a reason to want to watch the video. We have to be engaging. Johnny mentioned it's like a performance. It's almost like we're on a stage. You have to be able to be your own person, bring your personality out. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. We don't get do-overs in the classroom when we lecture. We don't get do-overs here. One of my biggest rules is that don't go listen or watch your videos. You would never put it out there. But be yourself, bring your personality out, and there's a variety of ways to do that. What works for one instructor might not work for another one, but be genuine to who you are and what your students need, and it will all come to fruition throughout the course. And Krista, I want to bring to the surface, you mentioned your husband learned how to paint through Bob Ross, which got me thinking, what can we learn from Bob Ross in terms of building course content and engaging in online courses? Nobody ever, well, they may have, but most of us know Bob Ross from watching him on TV and learning how to paint by watching him on TV. Why was he so easy to learn from? He was very engaging. The stories and the little snippets he told between paint strokes was very relatable. He made it seem easy. His personality came out. I can just remember hearing, "Let's put a happy little tree right here." I mean, he made those sessions very engaging. So what can we learn from him building our online courses, and all courses for that matter? This just doesn't apply to online courses. But what can we learn from Bob Ross and creating our courses? So I just want to put that out there, and if you have anything to share about that, I'd love to hear it. But I also want to confirm what Krista said, is that we are surrounding ourselves with excellence in this class. I have no doubt in the fact that there is only 3 of us, and it's watching everyone's post is not going to take hours upon hours. Usually when I have a bigger class, I'll just say, listen to everyone, but respond to one person, just because I don't want to add tremendously to a workload that I know is already full. With the 3 of us and the manner in which you came out of the gate sharing, I think we're all going to learn a lot from one another, and that includes me too. I have no doubt that I'm going to learn new things this semester. I told you in my welcome video that my goal with this course is to, if I'm going to teach you how to swim, I'm going to throw you in the water. There's going to be things I do in this course that you don't like. Maybe you wouldn't do it the same way. That's by design. Don't do it that way. Do it in a way that fits you and your personality and your students. But I have no doubt that I'm going to learn from you and find ways to improve this class for the next cohort, which is always my goal. And so really, I hope that you keep this level of sharing up. We will have a lot of these conversations in VoiceThread over different things, and I just want to encourage you to keep having that conversation. And even if it's not something we're talking about, if there's something you want to bring to this class and ask for some input, please do it, because that's what we're here for. And I think we've already created the culture of sharing and communicating. So keep it up. I appreciate it. Due dates for this next module are posted, updated out on the course homepage, so take a look. And if you have any questions, just let me know, but I can't wait for the next discussion. Thanks, guys.